Good times, great music too, and URFM 103.7. The last week or so we've been talking about the concept of Safewill, and there is the concept at the moment where you can actually get a simple will made for free from the gang at Safewill in conjunction with the University of Newcastle. And basically the concept of being able to leave a gift in your will, if that's something that has kind of been on your mind as well, been rattling around, we'll take a look at how that actually filters through and becomes the end product of that, because the University of Newcastle does have scholarships and all sorts of ways they can actually help students along. One of those was actually in the 2NURFM newsroom about a decade ago, and she actually joined us for a couple of minutes this morning. Cecilia Connell, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
10 years, am I right? Are my timeline sort of right?
That is right. And oh my goodness, it's such an incredible feeling to be back walking into the station this morning like, oh, this brings back memories.
Where does the time go? That's
I know.
Probably
I can't believe it's been 10 years. I don't know where that time has gone.
Now, in 2013, you actually were the recipient of the Pichover Award, which actually helps those who studied journalism at the time. So, first of all, congratulations on winning that. I know it's a
very
little bit
belated.
A little bit. Yeah, well, yeah,
Love
we've got to eventually get the congratulations to you. But by winning such an award, how does that actually help with the studies and actually taking the pressure off a little bit?
Winning that award made such a difference to my studies here at the university. I studied communication, majoring in journalism. And from the start of that degree, when I heard about 2NUR and the newsroom here and the opportunity to volunteer, I had both hands up in the air, wanting to learn more about the industry, my chosen field of study. Now, of course, as any uni student would tell you, I was sort of in the position where I was completely financially independent. So I was working 4 casual jobs at the time to pay for my rent, electricity, textbooks, and all of those sorts of things. And as a student, that is pretty tough. And when you want to get that industry experience through an internship or volunteering, I found that I was in that position. It's like, how many shifts of paid work can I forego to do a few shifts volunteering? How can I balance this out so I'm getting the most of my degree but still financially able to, get by while I'm studying? And it is a real struggle. So being the recipient of this award meant that I was able to, forgo some paid shifts at my, casual employment and spend more time in the newsroom here. And that made all the difference in terms of my eventual employment, because when it came time to finish my degree, well, actually, I was lucky enough to get employment before I finished my studies because I'd had so much experience here in the newsroom with the amazing Ian Crouch as my mentor. And it
just saw you giving him a $50 note before you walked in. So maybe that's...
Can I tell you a secret?
Go.
Back in the day, his nickname, I don't know whether it still stands, was News Jesus.
I think he likes to float it.
Students.
He likes to float around every now and then, and I can he's actually giving you the $50 back because he probably wanted that secret. But like you said, you win the award, so there is that financial assistance. Means you can actually spend more time, because the news stories, they're not going to write themselves.
No.
By having all of that extra time in there, you can absorb more information, and this is how to do the job. So that helps at the other end.
Oh, absolutely. And it wasn't just about getting that experience in the newsroom in terms of how to source a story, how to interview people, how to write the story, how to present the bulletin. Just being in this environment at 2NURFM and seeing how the media works, being around the program making team, getting that network of people with industry experience around you was so valuable to me in my career in the industry. And, I owe so much to being the recipient of that award 10 years ago.
Look, for a last one before we let you get out of here and give Ian that 50 that he's so waiting on now. It's nearly lunchtime.
It's almost time for lunch.
It is. Look, for anybody that may be on the fence or considering or have thought about maybe leaving a gift in their will, any advice you would give to those folks that are that are thinking about it?
I think it's definitely something that is worthy of thought, and I'll thank you even for considering leaving a gift, because I can just say from my personal experience, I wouldn't be where I am today without that financial help. We hear so much about the cost of living crisis and the crunch, and I think particularly at this time, uni students would be so grateful. I know I was at the time,
and certainly
continue to be,
and certainly the parents as well, who are often going to foot the bills to the other end as well.
Look, it's I think it's a really important thing to consider. Lots of things to consider when you are making a will, but if that's something that you'd like to consider, definitely worth having that conversation.
All right, Cecilia, we'll let you go. You've got to go to work, so good on you for that.
I do.
All right,
Thanks.
Thanks for your time. All right, winner of the 2013 Peter Pichover Award. Congratulations. We're 11 years late, but that's all right. Cecilia Connell. If you'd like some information on all of this today and perhaps learning about leaving a gift, the Safewill page at the University of Newcastle. We have some info too at our events calendar at 2NURFM.com.au.
A broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.